Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Right now I'm going to talk about um, my top surgery, how it went for me, why I chose the route that I chose, and then at the end of the video I will show my results, and I'll see if I can add some pictures of before my first surgery, after my first surgery, and then after now would be right now me taking my shirt off after my second surgery. So like I said before in my past videos, I live a pretty stealth life. So to me, it was very important to not have scars visible too much, just because, let's be honest, you take your shirt off, and somebody looks at you or sees you, the first thing they're going to do is see the scars. And then they're going to ask if they don't know about trans people, if they're kind of oblivious about that, or not educated at least about that, they're going to say, hey, what happened to you? Or why do you have those? And then we're going to get into the whole conversation. And then the people that do know, of course, they're going to straight off the back know you're trans or know something has happened. Because I've also looked into people have gotten, men have gotten like gyno top surgeries as well because they used to be big and they lost weight, or they're they just have a lot of estrogen hormones in them and they produce boobs, man boobs, just like sometimes the females have too much testosterone. They have hair on their face or something. Um, but um, but yeah. So anyway, so it can go either way. But for myself, and I wanted to feel comfortable, obviously, and if I'm gonna pay for something, I want it to be how I want it to be. So I did my research. A lot of places here in the United States pretty much just do straight lines and be done with it, right? I didn't want that, so I mentioned it to one of my family members, and she lives in Mexico, and she told me that she had a surgeon that could probably do it that had done a lot of her family. So I'm like, let me see, why not? I set up an appointment with him. The first thing I told him when I saw him is, this is how I want it. I don't want any scars. Not just because of the appearance, but I also suffer from keloids on surgeries, on cuts. It's happened to me before that I've had keloids come out of the scars. So I want as minimal scarring as possible. He said, okay. I've never done a trans guy, but I have done guys that have man boobs. So it shouldn't be too much different. But if you trust me and you want to do it, I say let's do it, and let's just go for it. Talked about the pricing and everything. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too much different than what I have got quoted over here, which here in Texas, when I was looking around, it was anywhere between, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was like 5,600 to 6,400, somewhere around those lines. Again, and there were just straight lines, marks, and stuff like that, which I did not want. So my initial quote with him was 3,800, not including the tests that I needed to run and other stuff that I needed for there. I also needed to buy a binder, like their kind of faja binder, what they call, and other stuff needed. So all in all, I had to rent an Airbnb. I had to make sure I had all my paperwork in order. We had our kids. We had, my partner, and we needed to make sure. So it was an expense that was added on top of the surgery and stuff, but it's all right. So I'll add a picture of the before the surgery, the after the surgery, and then the I will show you at the end of the video right now. So I did. I went in for my first surgery, nervous as hell, but I did it. I got it over with. Because of the size I was, which I was a C, 36C. So the first surgery I got with him was lipoing out all the fat and all the, pretty much all the fat and stuff under. Took out the whole nipple. No, wait. The first time he took out half the nipple. Lipoed all the way up here, all down here, under here. And taking it most as he could out. and then just sewing it back up. That's it. He didn't cut anything off, just lipoing everything. So he said, let's do that. Let's see what happens from there and then come back. We did that. I waited just about 2 years for me to gather up more money and not being happy with how it ended the first time. I was okay that most of it had gone away, but the fact that I still had skin left them kind of droopy down here with a little bit of fat that was left. So just imagine flat, droopy. So I didn't no longer have these, but they were like flat, droopy. And so when I would brush my teeth or anything, I would lean over and they would kind of just, you know, it was not a pretty picture, but they weren't as heavy. I didn't have to have a binder all day. I could play off not having a binder sometimes, which was okay sometimes, but it's only like around the house or, you know, if I had to run out to get the mail or something like that, I'm okay. I still wanted to get it corrected. So I went back, set another appointment, said, look, doc, this is how I'm looking, this is how I ended. He said, okay, that's what we wanted. Now what we're going to do is measure where they need to go. We're going to cut the excessive skin, pull up, move the whole nipple this time, and make them symmetrical where they're supposed to be. I was like, okay, cool. He didn't want to take off too much because he said that they could sink in and then I'm going to hate it. He's like, so I will leave a little, so it might look like you still have a little bit, but if you work out, you can play it off as muscle. So I said, all right, you know, I'm going to trust you. I trust that you've been doing these for years. You know, you've been doing surgical procedures for years. I'm putting all my trust in you. Let's do it. So that's what we did. And that's where we are now. And other than that, I mean, I'm happy with the results so far. I am barely 4 weeks into the surgery. And I have more movement now. I mean, I have to go a little bit slow. Can't go too fast, but I have more movement. I'm able to carry my daughter and move stuff around. I think it was more painful the first time than it was the second time, but that's all right. So if you're ready to see the results, go ahead, stick with me, and I'll take my shirt off and I'll show you right now. If you don't want to see or you're around someone you don't want to see or anything, turn it off now. I'm letting you know now. This is for educational purposes only. So here we go. All right. So like I said, I have a binder on right now. So this is how I look right now. Here's the brush, by the way, the binder and stuff. Alrighty, so this is my ending result so far. I'm still a little inflamed, you know, still some inflammation going on, but I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I think if I work it out and gain maybe some muscle here on this one or this one, just kind of a little bit more muscular, gain some muscles here. I can maybe play it off at the beach or something, which, again, I'm okay because there's no cuts or anything. Before, like I said, they were like down here up to this mark over here. They were kind of like droopy down here. So I am loving my outcome so far. The only thing that I really have an issue with, a little bit, like I said, nothing's going to be perfect, but if I can zoom in here, I do have some, like, it's obviously not circular how it's supposed to. It's kind of wanky, but it's alright. I had a lot of skin, and I did have an infection that developed here, which is now pretty much almost sealed, so it's getting better. I did lose some color here, and then some other spots, I guess, from them stretching it, trying to make it room. Um, Obviously, I don't like too much that they kind of stretch my areola out because now they look bigger than what they were originally. But I do understand that the doctor needed to take out a lot of excessive skin, so he did have to kind of stretch to make it work. But all in all, this is my six pack of fat, obviously, and my chest. Let me know what y'all think. And yeah, so with my shirt now, give y'all a little bit of a. Oh, wrong way. This is how I look. Let me know what you guys think. And if you want to know any other information, let me know as well. And that's pretty much it, guys. Appreciate y'all following me all these years. Here we go. I'll just have to put my binder on. I do try to put it on as much as I can. Make sure I kind of help with the swelling that's coming down. This one did stay a little bit bigger than this one. If you look, it has a little bit more, but I'm okay with that. This is how it looks when I raise my hands. So again, I'm A-okay. I'm happy with my results. Thanks for following, guys. Keep in touch.